Hello guys, it's Glurmit here, and today we are back with another free-to-play episode. Oh no guys, it's been too long. A lot of you have asked for the next episode. Unfortunately, I was just too busy last week, so I wasn't able to make it. But here we are with another episode. So, in today's episode, we are going to be unlocking Ezra to 6 stars. We are almost, as you can see, almost going to have Young Han and Chopper to 7. They will be done by the next one. And we make some good progress. Now, if you guys don't watch the streams, I stream 3 or 4 times a week at the moment. You should definitely come along and watch that because we do some of the free to play on stream. There we go, Young Han, Gear 7, the first Gear 7 for this account. And let me tell you now, what a Gear 7 he will turn out to be. Keep on watching the video if you want to find out the reason for that, but trust me, he is insanely good. But we've spoken enough about him. Anyways, going back to the topic at hand here, we have been doing some modding lately, especially on stream. So we are currently at, I think it's 4 10+ speed mods, and one of them is a 15 speed primary arrow, which is really nice, especially this early in the game. It's just insanely good with those mods that we've been getting lately. We're going to talk a little bit about my plan for the account. I had a couple of people comment in recent videos basically saying they weren't 100% sure what I was actually planning to do. A few of you just found it a little bit complicated to follow the initial plan. So I just wanted to take a few minutes here to just kind of outline what I'm actually doing here. So you can see we've invested in Phoenix, we've invested in Young Han. So the idea is we're going to take all the Phoenix to around about Gear 7, Gear 8, just so we can beat the Thrawn event and the Palpatine event, and then they're done. We won't touch them again. But the main focus early game is actually going to be on Young Han, Vandal Chewie, eventually Dash, Kira, and then possibly Young Lando. That's kind of the initial plan for this account, is to build up a scoundrel team. That's the first proper team that I'm going to be investing in. It's just it doesn't look like that right now because we're still going very Phoenix heavy. Once Ezra's 7 stars, which will take probably another 3 or 4 days, but once he gets there, that is when we will move on from Phoenix and start farming like Kira and other characters there. Now in terms of fleet, no, I didn't make this very clear in the first video. We are going to try and be getting those 5 dark side ships ready by the time we hit about level 70 to ensure that we can get those lovely Zeta mats. Now to do that, I've been thinking over the past few weeks, what is the easiest way without directly impacting the initial farms, because we've got quite a few farms we've got to be getting on with. And I think we're probably going to spend most of our Galactic War tokens on the Geo ships, on like the TIE Fighter ship. Like, we'll be using all of our currencies to get those ships out of the way. Also guys, just take 1 second and embrace Young Han here. On his own, he solos 2 waves and the boss. This is why I keep on going on about him, because he is crazy good, especially once you get him up to higher gears. It's insane. And this is why we're going for him, because just imagine what he's going to do in those dash lineups when we eventually have him all done and the team completed. On the screen now, you're going to see a few mods. There we go, an 11 speed circle. I'm never going to complain about that. I actually did some mod slices because of the heroic Sith raid. We've got quite a few slices we can do. We didn't really get any lucky on these ones, but as I said, on stream we did manage to get a 15 speed arrow, which is awesome. So yeah, modding is very important. We've spoken about that before. Now in terms of dark side, someone in the in one of the streams the other day asked me a question. They said, Glurmit, what dark side team are you using for your missions? Now at the moment, I'm still just going down the route of having allies carry me. However, we have got Vader, we have got Geo Soldier, who will be getting geared a little bit for the fleet, and then we almost have Mara Jade unlocked, and we've almost got Palpatine. So the team will eventually be Palpatine, Mara Jade, Vader, Thrawn, and then just any 5th. And that's more than enough to clear all the dark side nodes. So that's kind of what we're working on there. But it's important to never spread yourself too thin. You know, It's important to have multiple teams geared up for sure, but it's also important to kind of focus on one or two key teams or characters at first. And as I said, for us right now, that is Scoundrels, because I think they are the long-term goal for this account, along with Starkiller, is to have a very good Scoundrel team. Now the next thing that comes into play here, which I know a lot of you are probably wondering, is when I do get my first Zeta, what is it going to be? There are so many good Zetas in this game for new accounts. For example, you got Vader's Zeta, which is amazing. But do you know what? We're actually going to go a bit of a different route. The first Zeta I think we're going to apply, this may change because we're still a few weeks away from being able to do that, will likely be Vandor Chewie. And the reason for that is the Zeta which will enable him to revive everyone. And then if we get the Dash Omicron, which will probably be our first Omicron for this account, then Dash is going to be reviving, or sorry, Vandor Chewie is going to be reviving non-stop, and that's kind of where we want to get with this account. After that, the second Zeta, if we get enough, it's going to go on Dash. If we don't get enough, it's going to be saved for Starkiller, because he does need a couple of Zetas himself. In terms of Starkiller's Omicrons, we're only going to save up for one of them initially, and that's the unique, because we want to have a diverse roster. I've even been debating, once I hit level 65 and I start getting the currencies, I'm debating getting Wampa up and running, like taking him to 7-star as quick as possible. I reckon I can do it in 2 or 3 months. And once he's 7 stars, I think I'm going to actually take the time to relic him. So that is something else I'm going to add into the plan here, and we're probably going to work on, because this is a GAC focused account. Having Wampa Omicron with a Dash team and then Starkiller and all these beautiful things, it's going to be awesome. We may even work a little bit on Iden, but we don't want to get too off track there. In fact, Iden would work at 2 stars, so it's maybe something we take her to 2 stars and leave her there. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. I know a few of you were asking me over the last couple of weeks about what my plan was for the account, how I wanted to approach it all, and that's kind of how we're going. But more importantly, and I said it before, your account's only as good as your mods. So I have been working very hard so far on getting those mods up and running. Now for my strategy there, I have just been farming the final tier of the health mods. In the end, we actually got through it with everyone alive. I don't think that clips in this video. You would have seen us beat the mission with Han carrying us, but then we put some more gear on the other characters, and we did it. We made it through. So I've just been farming that, and we'll probably do so for a few weeks. The reason being, speed and health mods are needed by most characters, but we do not have access to speed mods and won't have access for quite some time. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off with health mods, probably for a month. When I finish with that, then we will integrate the potency, the tenacity, the crit damage. But to be fair, until we're a bit further in the game, we don't need to worry about that too much. Now if you want to do this yourself and do the different approach, yeah, go for that, that will work for sure, but this is just the approach I'm taking, because I want to have some of those, 10 plus, 15 plus, maybe even a 20 plus speed mod ready for when I start applying those speed and health mods. For example, to Mara Jade. Now she doesn't necessarily need speed and health, but to make it so our Starkiller team's insane, we want to try and get an insanely fast Mara Jade. So we want to farm mods which have multiple uses, if you guys can understand my reasoning there. And now we are coming into the closing clips of the video here. What I've done, you would have noticed I had a comment the other day saying the videos are cool, but they're a little bit fast. I understand that. So what I've tried to do, because obviously time is an issue, you guys probably don't want to watch 20 to 25 minute videos, and if you do, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure you don't. I mean, the numbers on YouTube tell me that you guys prefer shorter videos, so that's what I'm trying to do here. So I've kind of sped up the long battles here, and then the stuff like the modding I've kind of slowed down to a more reasonable level, so you can actually see what we're doing, because in the end this is just showing you my progress, and I hope you guys have found this interesting. Also, look at this, we was on track for our first Galactic War full clear, and then we go up against an Iden team with Gideon, and yeah, we couldn't do anything here. Anyways, on the screen now you're going to see my current farms, and with that I'm going to catch all you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.